Oh, I guess it's time to get the roller out again. And I wanted to show you this next bit for a reason. What could that reason be? Set this over here. Let's see how well my paint roller did, huh?
Let's look. No, you didn't rinse it earlier.
No, I didn't rinse it. Let's see here. Pull that off. Okay, good. I think it's going to work fine. Now, the one thing, if you saw the first part of this video series, you saw me, what happened before I wrapped this in plastic. I was trying to get out most of the paint out of it because I was almost at the end and I didn't want to put any more in there. Well, what I should have done is poured a little bit more in there because I really want that roller to be saturated before I put it in plastic. Now, I'm hoping, I think everything's fine, but I almost rubbed too much paint out of that because I want all the plastic to stick on there, which it did, okay? But had I had a little bit more, wouldn't feel as dry as this feels right now. And I've been off it for about 5 hours, this floor. And I want to make sure that doesn't dry too much, you know, because I want to rinse this out when I get all done. And I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. I like to rinse out my stuff at the end because I might use this roller cover again because I've only used it this one time, right?
How does it feel?
It feels fine. It feels just a little dry. And so I'm not going to try to extend out this little bit of paint any further than this. I'm going to continue rolling it in here until I know that my roller is moving nice and easy along here and flowing properly, which it is. Okay, now I can move on. And all the cut in, I just cut in on the second go round. And around the edges, it almost looks like it's dry. So this second coat could dry quicker than the first coat because it's not soaking in as far. I mean, I would have thought the very opposite, that this second coat would take a little bit longer to dry. But I don't think it's going to. I mean, we're in perfect conditions because it's breezy outside. Still a nice temperature, not too cold. You don't want to do this too late in the afternoon because if it's going to be cold during the evening, during the night, you get up the next morning, this could still be tacky. And depending if you need to walk on it the next morning, you might have just done yourself a disservice. Okay? You might want to wait until the next day in the morning to put your second coat on. So it's got most of the day to dry. Just a thought. I'm just going to go back over it, nice easy strokes. I've got continuous pressure on here as I'm pushing down with my arm, my hand. I want the same pressure all the way. I don't want to get globs on this or anything. I don't want to overextend too far. I'm happy with as far as I'm going out. I don't have to go any further than that. Okay? I mean, geez, I've only been on this floor where the cut-in took me maybe 15 minutes. So, and this is going to take me another 15 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes to get done.
You make it look so easy, Joe.
Well, it is easy. As long as you know the right steps and stuff. And You know, am I a professional painter? No. I kind of self-taught myself years ago. I was always kind of afraid of it. And guess what? The first time you do a painting job, yeah, you might screw up. That's how you learn. There's only so much you're going to learn by reading something on the internet, by watching something on the internet. That's not a given that you're never going to make a mistake. And I make mistakes all the time. Okay? I don't just post the exact thing I want. You're going to watch me. If I screw up, you're going to see it, and you're going to see how I fix stuff like that. But you only get better by doing it. So it's time to start saving some money around your house and get out there and buy yourself some tools. You can afford the tools now because you're doing it yourself, so you're not paying anybody, right? So now you can go out there and start investing in some tools. Now granted, I didn't have to spend very much for these tools. I bought some cheap paint brushes. Now if you get good at it, you want to do some more stuff, then is the time to buy a nice cut-in brush for $15. Not the first time, and then have you say, oh, I didn't like painting, I'm not going to do that again, and then you just invested too much of your hard-earned money the wrong way, okay? Now, do I love to paint? No, I don't love to paint. I don't. You know, I'll do it when I have to, because I know how to do most any types of painting. If there's something I've never done, if it's something that I don't feel comfortable with, maybe I choose to hire somebody to do those. But for a floor like this, or walls, or sheetrock ceilings, you know, it's just a matter of getting in there and learning by your mistakes. And if you get a line in your paint or something, or you get some holidays in your paint, which means little gaps of where you thought your paint roller covered, but yet it missed, and you're like, how did that happen? Maybe because you didn't have enough paint on your roller to begin with. You didn't pull it across properly. And, you know, something like that happens, just get in there and get some more paint on your roller after it's dry and do a little touch-up. Okay?
It's not the end of the world, huh?
No, it's not the end of the world. A little bit of paint, you can cover certain things up. So I saw a couple little lines there, and that's okay. When that dries, it's going to blend right in. Nice. Ooh. Now that I've got you convinced, get on the bandwagon, start saving some money around the house and do some of your own painting. You just keep watching a few more of my videos. And you can watch other people's videos on YouTube. I'm not the only one trying to show people how to do painting. And it cracks me up too. Sometimes, you know, I'm not a professional painter. And so on my videos, you're not going to see a professional doing something and showing you something going really quick. You're going to see somebody about your own pace. You know, an average Joe, just like you, watching him do some painting, explaining certain things along the line, knowing that if I can do it, then you should be able to do it too. Not because I'm a professional, but because I maybe explain certain things to you, give you a push in the right direction, convince yourself that you can do it, and it's not as hard as you previously thought. You know, that's what my channel's about. I don't have to be a professional to show you certain things, okay? That's not what my channel, that's not what I'm trying to show. I'm not trying to show I'm Joe Blow and I can do everything myself and I don't make mistakes and you have to do it the exact way I do it. Hey, there's probably 10 different ways to paint this floor. I'm showing you my way. Somebody else will show you a different way. But you can always find other people on the internet showing you things. If you don't feel comfortable with exactly everything I'm trying to show you, maybe you learn, you know, by one video, try to learn something. One little technique, one little snippet of what I'm saying, and take that and go to the next video and learn something from what they're trying to show you. You know, hey, I always try to say, you can always learn something new, okay? Make a point of trying to learn something off of this video, whatever it is. Maybe it's only a 15-second little tidbit I said, or how I hold the roller, or how I cut in with a crummy throwaway paintbrush. You know?
I learned something new, Joe.
What did you learn?
See, if I was doing this, when it comes to at the end, I think I would have rinsed off the paintbrushes, the roller and the paintbrush, and spent a lot of time doing that. I like your technique. You just put it in plastic wrap, and then reuse it again, and that saves a lot of time.
Yes, a lot of time. Plus, if you're going to get back on your walls, let's say you're painting walls, and it's going to be an hour. If you clean out your roller, first off, your roller may not be entirely dry. To dip back in the paint, go some more. Or you just want to take a break. You take a 15-minute break or half-hour lunch. You come back and you didn't put any plastic on your roller. You think, oh, that's fine, and then it's coated over and it's kind of dry on your roller. Now maybe you don't get a nice finish. And think of all the water you're wasting and all the paint residues and stuff going down your drain every time you think you have to clean your roller out or your paintbrush. Okay? Be environmentally friendly, and you know, if you don't want to rinse this out, you can put plastic on it, and when you're all done with the project, just let it dry, throw it away. These paint roller covers don't cost very much. You can do that with a throwaway paintbrush and sleep that night knowing that you didn't throw away a $15 cut-in professional brush. Okay?
True. Very true.
And maybe that's what you were supposed to learn today. I think that's pretty much all I need to explain and show you. It's just a matter of getting in there and starting. Okay? It's not rocket science we're doing here. Okay, so when I get done, I've got just this little bit of area. So after I get done here, I'm going to set this on my cardboard. If you have a drop or something, put it over here. Just watch what you're doing. I always get paranoid about spilling my paint. And there's a good tip for you. Just watch it and be careful. Slow as you go, you can do it. That floor looks good, but I'm over here. When I get ready to empty my paint back in the can, I get kind of paranoid about it. I don't want to try to keep it on the concrete. I don't have a drop cloth out here. I've got just a little piece of cardboard over there. And so I'm doing it over here. In case I happen to spill it, I can always flip some of these things around. Okay, and I'm going to take my paint stick and I'm just going to try to get some of it out of the roller. There's not going to be a whole lot, but it might be just enough to do your next little paint job, or you got some paint touch-up to do. There's a lot of paint in here, and this is just a little mini roller. See all that paint I'm getting? That's actually a lot. If you got a 9-inch roller, you're going to get way more than that, depending how you finish your paint job and how much paint is in your roller. Okay? So just spend a few seconds, get off as much of that paint as you can. Okay? Then I can wrap this back up in the plastic, and I can take it back over to a sink or whatever. I can decide to throw this away, and I don't have to clean. I don't have to rinse it out just this minute. You know, I put it back in here. There's not much paint left on there, so I'm putting it back in the same piece of plastic. And I'll take care of this. If I want to keep this roller, I'll clean it out tonight or no later than tomorrow. Okay? But I can put it in here for the time being. Push on that plastic, get the plastic compressed into the roller as best you can. Okay? That's it for the roller. Thank you, roller. You were good to me this time. You didn't cost me very much either. I really liked how you worked. Thank you. Bye-bye.